Got Tony. Got Tony Mutter here. Well done, Tony. That was pretty full on at times there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just seemed to be. It was funny. Like there was actually less breeze than forecast and more breeze than forecast both ends. So it was a bit. It just felt like we were never really ready, even though we knew the forecast. It just had that sort of feeling about it all day. Yeah.
So when you started off, I noticed we were up in the air, and actually there wasn't that much breeze sort of going south. And the seas weren't that big to start with either, were they? They started building, presumably.
Yeah, it certainly built during the day. Through the evening and afternoon, it was, and it was. I think it was just the angle that probably was a little bit deceiving as well. So there wasn't quite big stuff on the shore, even though we were pretty close.
That was an extraordinary thing, almost the start again off the northeast coast of Tassie, with the four of you basically all within a cry and right on the coast as well.
Yeah, I think at one point we were probably at a dead heat, east to west. So it was kind of knew that would happen, but still it's unexpected when it does, even though you kind of expect it. It's weird.
And once did you think that once the breeze came in that Comanche would be able to stretch a bit?
Yeah, I mean, once it gets into the teens, they can. If it stays low teens, we can hang with them up to about 12, 13 knots, if not actually almost a little bit quicker. And then as soon as it gets to 15, 16, they're 2 knots faster, just like that. Yeah.
When we left, you were talking about sort of maintaining the asset. You were actually talking about sort of negative cant on the keel. Were you needing to operate that at times?
No, we never did that once. We were full cant the whole way. Yeah, cool. Full speed.
And you certainly made a mess of the mainsail, I believe.
Yeah, it's not in good shape.
What happened?
I think we've got to take it back to the manufacturer and see what they say about it. It's brand new and it should be better than that. Yeah.
And then you had electrics troubles as well, I gather, did you?
Yeah, we seem to have that every year. It's funny, we pack the boat away about the middle of December and say don't touch anything, so we don't wreck anything, and then when we go and turn it back on again on the 26th, nothing works. So yet again, there's a gremlin.
That must be pretty hard sailing without instruments.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it now. Yeah, just when you get it right too, and we had it perfectly, the best tuned instruments we've ever had, and they didn't work at all. All we had was boat speed and heading.
And on that note, no further damage. That was enough to go through.
Oh no, there's quite a list. Main sheet, the end of the boom has got some interesting rigging you'll see up there with a spanner just across the back for an outhaul.
Agricultural stuff.
Yeah, and then we lost the stanchions over the side on the bow. Just a jib sitting against it when we were tight reaching, and one sea came in and hit the jib and pushed it against the stanchions and just folded them flat. And they're stainless steel and double reinforced, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. Yeah.
Well done for knocking up yet another Hobart, and thanks very much for your time, and
very welcome.
Catch you later.
Great to be here. Thanks. Thank you.
Righto, thanks for that. We've got Christian Beck here. We might see.
Yeah, sure.
Can we just squeeze past you there, Greta?
Oh, yeah, right.
We just squeeze in and see if we can get Christian. Yeah, that'd be okay. Are you able to get that?
We thought that would be quite catastrophic. As it turned out,
so we've got Christian back here.
Big hole, it didn't break any worse, and it wasn't too bad. So, but when it all happened, we were thinking about pulling out.
Do you think those, the hole in the sail and the various other things you had go wrong with the boat during the race cost you?
Yeah, so on the first night we were leading, and we would have still been leading if we hadn't had those breakages where we broke a main sheet and also a halyard and the jib fell down. So those things, we fixed them, but they took time, and if that didn't happen, we would have been, I think, leading up until the transition, and then probably we'd be okay through there. But then as soon as that heavier wind came in, Comanche was always going to overtake us, really.
Do you think it felt a bit like a three-boat race from the whole way along? Was it really that kind of close that there was no room for error?
Yeah, well, for sure, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We did well at the start, but we made some errors. The other boats probably did too. I just don't know what happened because I wasn't on there, but we all probably made some mistakes, but we had some fairly costly ones, and that cost us the lead initially. But as I said, it wouldn't have mattered in the end, because even if you were half an hour ahead, Comanche would have taken that up once it got windier. So
that James said they had their eyes on you the whole time. How much respect do you have for those guys?
Yeah, look, I wanted to congratulate James and Matt. They did a good race, and I'm sure they're worried about us because of what happened the last couple of years. But I think that they did everything pretty right this year. So it's very hard for us to beat them if they do everything right.
Back again next year.
We'll do interviews in the morning.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll move on to Tony.
And the ship box is all right.
Okay, so that's Christian. Christian Beck, the owner, talking about their race. I'm just going to see if there's a chance we can get Lou. I'm not sure where he is. So you can see all the action going on. We're talking about heavy sails. These things weigh a lot, and they just use the halyards to put them in down below. Makes life an awful lot easier for them. There's a lot of the sails, as you heard too, that if the sails are on the side ready to be hoisted at some point, the headsails and so on, if you get a big sea over the side and the sea gets into the headsail, it just takes the stanchions and bends them. So Dale, if you actually look up here, just follow me for a second and I'll show you exactly what Tony Mutter was talking about. Excuse me guys, can we just Yep. No, I was thinking it might have been the one up front there, but I don't think it is. No, one of the stanchions he was saying was bent back, but actually looking at these, I think they're in reasonably good nick. Beautiful sun. Oops, excuse me. Just working my way back down again. There's Alex Goff there, very experienced sailor there in the red. Did he? Yes, I think Lou's gone down below, so we might leave him to that. Hey, how are you? I think we'll just wind up on the moment. If we see Lou, which I'm sure we will at some point before too long, we'll have a word with him from there.